Welcome back. So, got another project. I've since mounted a TV to the wall, grabbed this old computer out of the closet. It's got a failed hard drive. Well, got a new hard drive and a bunch of thumb drives and my Type-C drive for my laptop and a memory card. One way or another, this computer is going to work because I need a garage computer. So the problem with this computer is it has a hard drive problem. Hear that? And it'll sit here and do this for about 10 minutes. So I'll catch you guys when this thing finally hits desktop. It did something finally! Cool. So I think the plan is to use this computer to make its own recovery drive, and then I'm going to swap this hard drive in and try to boot on it. Well, Gateway Recovery Management, it still works, but it wants 3 blank DVDs. I think I have some. Let me go get them. What do you know? It's a relic from the ancient past. Anybody remember buying these DVD-Rs? Man, what do we do before these things? Floppy disks? Yep, I had those too. So, yeah, I don't even know if this DVD drive works. Or even how to open it. How do you open it? That button? Is there something in it? Oh my god. I wonder what that is. Huh. Now I'm curious. Watch, it's blank. Find out right now. Huh. So, this computer is starting to make some noises that are very familiar. Was that the problem this whole time? I just had a blank, dirty disk in there? There ain't no way. Hold on, hold on. Wait a second. There's... Could that? It's possible. That would be pretty funny. And it didn't matter if it was restarted or anything. It would just take forever to try to boot. That was it. That was the problem. I'll be. Okay, well, I might as well use the restore function and go ahead and bring this computer back to factory. Cool. Well, that just saved me a lot of time. I still want to replace the hard drive, though. I don't know what I'm going to do with this computer yet, but a whole terabyte would be kind of nice. So, yeah, I'm still going to do it. So I may have just successfully booted into the recovery partition of this computer using the Alt F10 trick, and I think I did. Cool. Makes me wonder if I could use this to install onto that drive. No, because it's still going to have the master boot record from the original drive. But, step in the right direction. Clean install on the computer, and then I can probably just copy a partition to the new drive. I've got 2 serial ATA ports. Sweet! Okay, let me do some poking around in here and see what I can do. Well, after spending the last 2 hours letting this thing do a full system restore, basically a fresh install, I have decided I am not going to install this hard drive. This computer works fine. So I'm going to leave it as it is, The only thing that I have to figure out is it doesn't have Wi-Fi, so I don't have internet. So I ended up getting the Wi-Fi card installed, but the computer is painfully slow. So a few things here. Let's get everything opened up and see what I'm doing to this thing. Alright, so I guess I'll just go top down. I got a 2.5 inch to 3.5 inch hard drive adapter. Reason being is this hard drive caddy inside the computer over here, it mounts using these screws at the bottom, and the SSD that I got, because this computer doesn't have NVMe or PCI memory sticks, I have to use SATA. So I got a 2.5 inch 512 gig SATA solid state drive that's going to go on this caddy. That'll be here tomorrow, so that'll be later. I also picked up a oh no, I'm handling it. Core i5. It's a I think I set it on here too. Maybe you guys can see it better than I can. Maybe not. But it's a Core i5 2500S. So it's low power, 65 watt. This computer can run 2nd gen Core product, but it's limited to 65 watts of output. So that's the fastest processor I can put in this computer, and I found it for a pretty good deal. And then here in this box, got some memory. Should be 3 sticks here. It feels like there is. This guy wrapped it pretty well. But they should be 4 gigabytes apiece, and they are. And they're DDR3 1600. This computer has 2 slots that can max out at 8 gigs. So I've got 3 cards here. I'll have a spare if something goes wrong. Maybe my other computer can take it. I don't know. I'll find that out later. But then the big item, because this computer runs integrated graphics. So I picked up a GT 1030, low profile, 2 gigabyte. Not that I'm going to be gaming on this computer. Yeah, and see, it even came with the full-size riser, so I'll have to get that switched out. But I'm going to toss a graphics card in this computer as well, just to try to make it a little bit quicker. And from what I was gathering, it should fit in there. Oh no, I'm not wearing a wristband. Yeah, it looks like it'll fit in there. HDMI output, that's perfect. Everything else that I could find in this form factor was all DisplayPort, which I'm just running it to a TV, not a monitor. So I would prefer HDMI because I don't believe my television has a DVI function. So let me get the computer right here, and we'll start tossing some parts on. So in order to get to the memory, I'm going to do one thing at a time, just so that way I don't have to chase down a problem if I have a compatibility issue. So this DVD caddy comes out with the hard drive. I'll just grab my screwdriver here. Phillips. Go ahead and get this out of the way. And I'll just swing this right there. Oh, watch for the hard drive cables. That'll be fine. So first things first, I'm going to go and swap the RAM in and make sure this thing boots with the RAM. Compare the cards before. Yep, they are the same. And we are in. So I'm just going to kind of set that back down in there and get this thing plugged into power, and let's see if it posts. Well, I plugged it into power and I didn't even have my TV on yet, and I think it automatically turned itself on because I heard it do its post beep. So we might already be good. Yep, there's Windows. So that's working. Let's see how much RAM it's reported. If it's 4 gigs or 8. Just my luck. Windows update. You know, so it just dawned on me, I don't think that's something that I covered. Before this computer had Windows 7, now it has Windows 10. All because this Wi-Fi card did not support Windows 7, which, once I put Windows 10 on it, the computer got even slower. So that's why I'm going through and doing this, all because of my Wi-Fi card. So now that I got the computer booted up, let's go ahead and get CPU-Z open and see how much memory it detected. We can see that it's an Intel Celeron G460 1.8 gigahertz. SPD slot 1 shows 4 gigs. Slot 2 shows 4 gigs. Memory 8 gigs total. Perfect. So let's go ahead and shut it down again, and we'll go ahead and get that processor swapped. Computer shut down. Power's unplugged. Let's go ahead and get this processor out of here. Thermal paste still isn't bad, but that'll soon be changed. Old processor out. Note the location of the arrow, that corner. New processor. Try to get this thing in without damaging pins. Why won't you drop? That ain't right. There it goes. It doesn't like something. What is going on here? It's down all the way.
It doesn't like it. Why?
Give me a moment. So it seems as these processors just have a lot of clamping force on them. I haven't messed with this type of socket before. The last time I was in the computer game, I was messing with socket 939. It's been a while. Good old AMD. Yep, that's about right. And in. Cool. Let me go ahead and get this heatsink cleaned up and toss some thermal paste on it and see if it boots. I know someone out there is going to say, "You're not supposed to do it that way." Well, tell me how you do it. Leave a comment. That's how I do it. Rubbing alcohol on a wipe. And keep doing that until it's clean. Still dirty. I'm happy with that. Clean the CPU and put some thermal paste. Yeah, not bad. Guy I bought it from actually cleaned it pretty good. Cool. Alright, let me grab my thermal paste and get that set. So I'm going to go and use the Corsair TM30 on this one. I can't use the Conductonaut because the heatsink is aluminum and it will dissolve it. Might be a little much. It'll be fine. That'll spread out on its own. Fan plugged back in, and this time I'm going to try to catch the post on the screen so we can see what it does. So I'm going to go ahead and connect power, and it's probably going to turn itself right back on again. No, it is off. Okay, power. Computer is on. Oh, cool. Alright, we're in BIOS. That means the processor works. What do we got for a CPU? Oh, nope, never mind. I went straight to Windows. I missed it. Well, let's just use CPU-Z and see what it says once it boots. So, fast forward. Alright, we are in Windows. Let's see. CPU-Z. This is real time too. It just hit desktop. I haven't even seen a pop-up yet for a driver install for the CPU. Hopefully this will go faster once I get the solid state drive. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, now it goes. Right when I open Task Manager, of course. And there it is, Core i5 2500S. And 65 watts, 2.7 gigahertz. Memory still shows 8 gigs of RAM. Alright. Task Manager is not happy right now. I'm sure the new hard drive will take care of this, because that was an old hard drive that I had tossed in here too. So let's get this thing shut back down and I'll drop the graphics card in. Alright, so I got the graphics card here. Let's go ahead and get this plate swapped over. Different screwdriver. Looks good to me. Go ahead and get it installed. Where did my... there it is. So, first thing I gotta do is I can already tell I'm gonna have a clearance issue installing it with my wireless card in. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way temporarily. Need to remove that screw. And I need to get that knockout out of the way. Let me grab a tool for that. Go and get the card inserted. Make sure that clip in the back is down. Alright, clip locked in. Get my wireless card back in. And get my screws in. A little bit of quick cable management, and I should be able to get the lid put back on and get this thing fired up. Cool. Alright, let me get this thing plugged in, turned on. Alright, moment of truth. See if we get video. And there it is. Graphics card works. So I got some drivers to install, and then I'll reconvene once I get the SSD and see how fast this computer actually is, see if I can actually browse the internet. I've got my SSD. That's going to go in the caddy and get installed into here to make that a little faster. And a little bit of bonus, I had an accident. Oh, come on, focus. You just did. You can do it. Yeah, so that's the one of the batteries for my camcorder. It hit the floor and it broke. So I'm gonna break out the soldering iron and get that resoldered. But for now, let's go ahead and get this done. Alright, so I guess first thing is first. Let's go ahead and get the hard drive mounted into its caddy. Something just dawned on me. That's plastic, not even a heat sink. Alright, all that's left is the mounting screws. This is mounted. So we'll get the computer pulled over here and opened up and get the drive swapped. that might be a problem. Nope, that screwdriver did it just fine. Out with the old, in with the new. Now, one thing I might do with this computer is I have an Acer in my office that is primarily a storage computer. I've got like 6 terabytes of storage on board, and that computer has a really awesome feature for one of the drive bays. It has a removable hard drive right out the front like a server. So I might buy one of those assemblies and get rid of this DVD drive and use this 1 terabyte, so that way I can move it back and forth without moving the whole computer. Make it very convenient for large file transfers. Because with this computer being here in the garage, it makes it extremely convenient to unload video from my cameras right onto it and sort it immediately. Because I can leave my notes about what the videos are for, and then when I'm done for the night, just take the hard drive in, and I can sort all that into my my server for archiving. Just noticed this this drive may actually not fit in here correctly. It's hanging out too far from the back side. Let's compare it to a normal drive. No, the holes are in the same spot. Did I put it the wrong way, maybe? No, because I'd still have the same problem. So, how did this install? Just barely behind? I'm confused. Ah. I'm not confused. Okay, that should be it. All I have left to do now is hook it up and install Windows. So, this is all lies now. Nope, Windows 10. Nope, Core i5. Nope, it's got a 1030 in it. Nope, 512 solid state. Nope, 8 gigs. That's still true, and that's still true. Alright, so let's go ahead and power this thing up. And if everything is set up correctly, which it should be, it should boot straight into the USB drive that contains Windows 10. And it sure did. So I'm going to go ahead and go through and get the setup on that going. And while that's doing that, I'm going to work on this battery and get it resoldered. So let me grab my soldering iron and we'll get this fixed. Yeah, this shouldn't take much at all. It literally looks like when it hit the ground it just blew a couple of the solder pads off the board. I mean, there's still solder there, just crack the joint like they used lead-free or something. So let's go ahead and get this resoldered. The light's not playing well with me, it's in a bad spot. One moment, let me set up another light. I believe that may actually already be repaired. That went a lot easier than I thought it would. Let me grab my meter and let's see if we're getting power. Okay, we have about a 5-volt battery here. So positive and negative at the solder joints. We're getting 4.1 volts. Let's try it inside of the connector. If I can get it in there, that is. .09. So we have good connection through the solder joints. Let's do a impedance test and just check continuity. Okay, we're good there. Good there. Good there. And we're good there. Okay. I'd say it's safe to assume this battery has been repaired. I don't see any issues with the traces coming from the actual battery pack. So, if I'm not mistaken, I should just be able to pop this cover back on and probably go find me some super glue to keep this thing from popping apart again. Let's grab the charger here and see if it responds. And no, I know this is not my Canon charger. I don't know what happened to that thing. It had a battery in it too, and I lost them both. Well, it detected that it's fully charged. So, I'd say that was a success. Other than the fact that the case is halfway broken and it just snapped coming out of the charger. So I'm gonna have to pry that out of there and figure out some glue or something. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need some glue to fix that. So I'll find some super glue and get that glued, but I'd say that was a success. It's detected by the charger. That's what it needed to do. Let's go ahead and put this stuff away, and we'll check on the computer. So it looks like the computer just rebooted. I'm not exactly sure what it was doing. We'll see right now. I know it's trying to boot into the thumb drive at the moment, maybe. We'll see. Just a moment for what? Oh, it looks like it actually booted off the solid state. Let's go ahead and not burn myself on the soldering iron that's still hot. Yeah, I think we're good to go. So I'll continue through this setup and we'll reconvene once I've got the testing software installed. It was all going so well until it wasn't. Computer was running great until I did updates. Now I've been stuck looking at this for 20 minutes. See how long this is going to take. Install only took about, I don't know, an hour. So if this messes up, I mean, thumb drive's right there. We'll do it again, but this time without Windows updates. Alright, here's the results of the hard drive change. This is the old drive. That is the new. Major improvements. Let's do the performance test. Here we go. This is the difference between the two systems, just changing the drive. New drive, 13% gaming, 70% desktop, 11 workstation. old drive, 9, 62, and 7. Improvements all the way through. So starting with the processor, comparing i5 solid state to i5 standard, we went from 59.6% to 67. With the graphics card, we went from 12% on the new, 11.8 on the poor. So we did improve. Here's where the big change happened. We had our drive. So we can actually get into some specs, but 110 megabytes per second sequential to 230. Random 4K, 1.47 megabytes to 26. Huge improvement. Memory? I wouldn't expect there to be a change. 51%. Oh, the memory improved. 17.3, 17.6, 14.4, 15.4. 73.7 nanosecond response to 74. I wouldn't expect that to change. And I'd like to say that is it. So, this computer is much more responsive. I would not have been able to open 2 browser windows while still having that open. And then just to show you a opening time on Chrome. Chrome is open. Possibly a network delay. I mean, we are going through metal to get to my Wi-Fi access point. Yeah, I blame it on the network. The computer itself is snappy. So, I will go ahead and cut this video here. I'd say this computer is performing 100% the way that it needs to perform. And yes, it is saying that I have an internet connection issue. So, I'll figure that out later. But until then, see you guys.